I want to take a moment today to talk about cheating in esports and specifically sim racing. Now, this has become really quite popular recently with the wiggle that killed Escape from Tarkov, which is a game which I stopped playing because it really did seem as if people were using cheats, and similar sorts of things are now happening to sim racing, where a lot of people are starting to come out about esports. And I've always been of the opinion that I'm skeptical of so many people, but if you're faster than me, you're clearly cheating. More specifically, I wanted to bring to light actually how sim racing is in a very unique position to do anti-cheat, unlike a lot of other sorts of games. Most anti-cheat try to use a Swiss cheese approach, where they put layers of Swiss cheese, where they're trying to catch as many things as they can, monitoring what your computer is doing. Some get really intrusive, which are one hack away from becoming really disastrous for anybody that's playing those. I'm looking at you, Valorant devs, but it is a particularly effective one. Whereas sim racing, I don't think you need that at all with the advancements of AI. I mean, looking at Gran Turismo 7, they can now have a very competent AI that's not just follow this path, where it's actually really able to find out the optimum path on its own. A lot of people use these cheats in conjunction with like lag switches and stuff like that, so then it's really hard to actually pinpoint what they're doing, and you're just kind of guessing that that's what's happening. There was one particularly bad one from Assetto Corsa Competizione that was really horrendous. Unlike a lot of other games, this becomes really advantageous in sim racing because what people are doing are very predictable. Unlike in a lot of shooters where you can tell by the behavior that a lot of people are cheating, but that's really hard to tell a computer, hey, this behavior is cheating, without AI. And then when people know that that's a thing that gets caught by AI, then they just adjust. Whereas in sim racing, it's a little bit different. If you can find their vector when they turn the lag switch off, and then a direction, AI should be able to say from this point to get to here, it would have had to have taken this path. It may need to know a third trajectory because it may be flying off the track per se. But that would be where AI would be very beneficial in being able to say that it is possible for this car to get here, or it's impossible for this car to get here, or it's impossible for this car to accelerate this fast. The biggest advantage of this is the fact that this is a server-side thing that can be run, meaning that it doesn't have to be run on a computer, which is going to be a lot easier to bypass. There is no cheating what an AI can see, as opposed to you trying to bypass a system that says, if you do this, then no. And I give this idea freely to all companies that are making racing games like EA, Codemasters, the people behind Kunos Studios, stuff like that, all of you. I'm not holding any copyright on this. The only thing is you can't copyright it and then stop other people from being able to use it, because I think every racing sim should have this, and I think if one person takes it and then copyrights it so then other people can't do it, I'm looking at you, Microsoft Studio, with your copyright for AI being able to do dialogue for NPCs. That is garbage. That should not be allowed, and I don't think that this is something which should be limited to a company as well. Well, I've just found out that EA has already tried to patent this. Hopefully this falls through, because they're trying to do too vague of a patent. Doing AI and then doing it to apply it to a game is just a little too simplified, so I don't think it's actually going to be properly enforceable. But knowing a big company like EA, they will just sue you into oblivion until you can't afford to do it anymore. I'm looking at you, Sky News, for your copyright of the word sky in relation to games like No Man's Sky, where they had to pay you out the arse to be able to use their own name. Anyway, that's my 2 bobs worth. I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.